because I study. I know the Oxford Dictionary, you look it up, right? Just one of the biggest mistakes I had in being a kid was not knowing European or Western language until I started looking it up and understanding the definitions and why they say, if you want to trick a black person, put it in a book. I was wondering my whole life why they said that. Now I'm 30 years old and I know reading is a superpower because it helps me understand where I'm going and where I come from, like a tree with roots. No one said we had to practice racism. No one said we had to treat each other like garbage. No one said that I had to stand here today and understand that many people that come from generations 60 years ago, 40 years ago, enslaved some of my ancestors still, spiritually, mentally, and emotionally, and it's still going on. And you guys are asking me, respectfully, to speak on something that was a documentary that I had nothing to do with. I didn't make it. So just please keep that same energy when you guys are addressing me.
Kyrie, did you personally meet with the ADL?
I was informed that they wanted to have a meeting, and we handled it.
This hand sign, these are the guys that Kyrie Irving had to give $500,000 to. Not just him, but also the the Brooklyn Nets, because they moved a while ago. Anyway, the reason they're giving the money is going to go toward causes and organizations that work to eradicate hate and intolerance in our communities. So what does our communities mean? Who are we talking about exactly? We're talking about Brooklyn, New York City. We're talking about certain racial groups, ethnic groups. Who are we talking about exactly? I don't really know, but that is the update.
All right, back here on CBS Sports HQ, dealing with some breaking news as Kyrie Irving has been suspended indefinitely by the Brooklyn Nets. This comes stemming from the promotion of some content that suggested anti-Semitic rhetoric. Irving then met with the media today and has since doubled down.
They were hoping the story would go away. When you're in a front office and you've got so many clouds around you, what you're trying to do is stop a story from having legs. But this story would not go away. Kyrie Irving did not help this story go away. Excuse me. What did he do? He had a chance with the media to apologize for what he did. He met the media today, and he did not apologize when asked specifically, are you sorry? Are you an anti-Semite? And his answer was, I can't be anti-something that I am.
Kyrie, for the record, do you have any anti-Semitic beliefs?
Again, I'm going to repeat. I don't know how the label becomes justified because you guys ask me the same questions over and over again. But this is not going to turn into a spin around cycle of questions upon questions. I told you guys how I felt. I respect all walks of life and embrace all walks of life. That's where I sit.
I think what people want to hear, though, is just a yes or no on that question. Yes or no.
I cannot be anti-Semitic if I know where I come from. I cannot be anti-Semitic if I know where I come from.
And then when asked, will you apologize? Are you an anti-Semite? He would not answer.
Because just because I post a documentary doesn't mean I'm anti-Semitic. And doesn't mean that I'm automatically standing with everyone that is believing in that. So it's unfortunate timing that we're in, but I'm glad that I could stand on the truth because I'm not afraid of these mics, these cameras. I used to be looking everyone in the eye and telling the truth. And I'm proud of who I am. Any label that you put on me, I'm able to dismiss.
There was no choice when you are in the front office but to suspend him. What's amazing to me, Joe, and what is shocking about all of this is the Nets had a roadmap of what to do. The Nets knew what they needed to do, but they were reactive to the media and to the public, not proactive. And now they find themselves in a situation where it is a mess that is out of their control. So they suspended him just now. And what they said in the statement was fascinating. It's a undetermined amount of time, not to be under 5 games. And he's got to complete an objective remedial measures. Are they going to somehow educate Kyrie Irving in the next week? Is he somehow going to change his views in the next week? The Nets have now painted themselves into a bigger corner because they didn't lay out what Kyrie needs to do in order to get reinstated, which means this story will not go away. The next volley is Kyrie. Will he choose to be the victim, the martyr? Will he say, it's me against the world? Or will he capitulate and now apologize? And if so, will anyone believe him?
It seems to be an effort to get Kyrie Irving out of the public eye without a microphone in front of his face and off of the basketball court. If you'll allow me, I'll read that statement from the Brooklyn Nets. It reads, over the last several days, we have made repeated attempts to work with Kyrie Irving to help him understand the harm and danger of his words and actions, which began with him publicizing a film containing deeply disturbing anti-Semitic hate. We believe that taking the path of education in this challenging situation would be the right one, and thought that we had made progress with our joint commitment to eradicating hate and intolerance. They go on to say, we were dismayed today when given an opportunity in a media session that Kyrie refused to unequivocally say he has no anti-Semitic beliefs nor acknowledge specific hateful material in the film. This was not the first time he had the opportunity but failed to clarify. Such failure to disavow anti-Semitism when given a clear opportunity to do so is deeply disturbing, is against the values of our organization, and constitutes conduct detrimental to the team. Accordingly, we are of the view that he is currently unfit to be associated with the Brooklyn Nets. We've decided that Kyrie will serve a suspension without pay until he satisfies a series of objective remedial measures that addresses the harmful impact of the conduct, and suspension period served is no less than 5 games. So the only indication of timeline is 5 games and no less than that number, but there is some verbiage within that statement that suggests that Kyrie Irving and the Brooklyn Nets might never find common ground. You speak to, sometimes from a character standpoint, what Kyrie lacks in his awareness and not just the social space, but in the way that he interacts with others here. He's someone who stands his ground on what he believes and whatever those beliefs may be. Do you think that I know we are just giving conjecture here, but there's a chance that we've seen Kyrie Irving play his last minutes of basketball in a Nets uniform?
If I am running the Brooklyn Nets, I'm not allowing him, and it has nothing